NIQ has now put out a sectoral outlook for the quarter that has just gone by, that is the April to June quarter. Shilpa joins in with the details of that.
Well, NIQ India, which is formerly Nielsen IQ, has in fact said that the quarter gone by was the best quarter in about a year and a half for the FMCG industry. Now, why does it say that? It says the FMCG industry grew about 12.2% in value in the quarter that went by, and this time this was driven by volumes which surpassed price growth after a very long time. Now, FMCG volumes grew about 7.5% in the quarter, which is the highest in about 8 quarters, while the price growth in fact slowed down to about 4.4%, and this is the lowest growth that it has seen in at least 9 quarters so far. Now remember, this is as compared to last quarter. If you see, volumes had grown just about 3.1%, and overall the industry had grown just about 10%. Now rural also is starting to see some recovery. According to the data, volumes were up about 4%, while urban continued the growth momentum. In fact, the growth doubled when you look at from a volume growth standpoint to about 10.2% this quarter. And from a category standpoint, food categories continue to drive growth, and the volume growth came in at about 8.5%, and this was driven by staples and impulse categories. Now, non-food categories also saw some growth. In fact, it was flat last quarter, but this quarter up about 5.5%. This is driven by rural revival and a growth in home categories, but personal care category still continues to decline, especially in the rural areas. Now, NIQ India says that the softening of inflationary rate and a decline in food inflation is good news for the industry, and that the overall drop in price growth has driven some positive consumption impact on consumers when it comes to consumption. But remember, food inflation currently still is a concern, and if you look at the commentary from companies in the past, in the quarter that reported results in the past month, they still say that inflation, while it's tapering off, continues to be at elevated levels, and volumes will still take a few quarters to recover to levels of normalcy. Back to you.
All right, Shilpa, thanks a lot for that. With that, we wrap up on this edition of